Benefactors, behold this beautiful body. The miracles of abundance live up to the name. Let's see if I can put it to good use. The very power that brought the Cienzo long life, I will use to bring it destruction.
Antilia has usurped the power of the Arbor. All of you, focus on destroying the Phantom Flowers. I'll go for the body.
Just in time. Just a little something. Think nothing.
Nice teamwork.
So much bark with so little bite. You're a... This body was born of the Arbor. You are a...
That's some strong wind.
March, careful.
Antilia, your scheme ends here. Vanquish the abomination!
Step aside. I have no interest in
Next time.
Lance at the ready.
Try untangling yourselves from this.
The weeds in my garden give me more grief.
Your arrogance betrays you.
The truth of life and death, revealed this sage, is but a vision.
You're in bad shape.
I'm on guard.
Crushing an ant with the weight of a star. How indulgent. The universe will end in destruction.
Lance ablaze. Flaming wings. Forward!
On my command. To victory!
Time for the Master Radiant Spirit.
Heed my word. Show no mercy!
All better now? Just in time. Just a little something. Think nothing.
Nice teamwork.
General of the Cienzo, can your feeble strength...
Don Hong, you take it from here.
Did you think it was over, Fantilia?
Finally remembered your duty of watching over the Arbor?
Vanquish the abomination!
Lance at the ready. Step aside. I have no interest.
Are we still ants to you, Fantilia? So much effort to crush us, and met with so little success. I wonder what the other Ravagers would think.
It's almost as if you can't wait to be acquainted with them. I'm afraid you won't have the chance.
truth of life and death, revealed in this sage, is but a vision.
Blossom. It is time to put an end to this.
Out of ideas, Vantilia!
Next time.
To victory!
Defend the weak. Lance ablaze. Flaming wind. Forward!
It is time to put an end to this.
Just in time. Just a little something. Think nothing of it.
1,000 thanks.
Lemon Sea? Never heard of it.
Savor the vigor of life.
I am the vanguard of the hunt, or the Xianzhou!
Time for the map. Radiant speed.
Heed my word. Show no mercy!
I'm on guard.
Forgive my indulgence. Your struggle in the face of certain death is touched. It is time to put an end to this. For my next trick, I shall turn each of you. The power of the destruction will eat away at your flesh and transform you into pawns of the great Nanook.
Just in time. Just a little something. Think nothing of it.
Nice teamwork.
Let's start with this arrogant Xianzhou Shen.
Да не хрен.
I wonder if the transformation of a Xianzhou general into a void ranger would cast the law proof back into chaos. Destruction works in fascinating ways. What are you?
Do it!
Not bad, General of the Hunt. But all I lost was a body stolen on a whim. And you,
How much longer can you last? The destruction of the Cienjo is nigh.
Be gone, pawn of destruction. Tell the Legion that the vengeance of the hunt will fall upon them.
General, are you okay?
I'm still alive. And it would seem the two of us can still coordinate our efforts. Fantilia, a truly fearsome enemy. If she hadn't attempted to turn me into a pawn of destruction, I'm afraid victory would have been far from certain. Fantilia had established a link between me and herself. Her well-timed strike gravely injured her. Thus,
So it was all part of the plan? When Don Hung stabbed you, I was scared to death.
it takes more than that to destroy an emanator of destruction.
Fantilia won't be stirring up trouble anytime soon. Don't worry about her infecting the Arbor again. It's just that sealing the Stellaron is going to take some time.
Leave that to the Master Diviner. I'm afraid I may be somewhat spent.
General, keep those eyes open. Now's not the time to fall asleep. Hey, wake up!
I'll need to record today's notes in the databank.
The value of choice lies in unwavering resolve.
Почему это его? Это не понял. Вообще помочь сбежать и человек быть предателем Синджоу. Поэтому не пиши мне больше. Мы заслужили достижение. Миссии и комиссии. Не хочу. Ну, я не мог. Ну. Да. Хотела сказать, накуси-выкуси, но я вижу вот это и понимаю, что... Ну нахуй. Мое везение упало нахуй. Вот. Да. Потому что не упало из мадама в Панаме.
In the obscure prophecy of Dream, a star from the heavens has enlightened my path.
Бе-бе-бе-бе-бе.
My dad is an ace pilot!
Интересно, когда мне достанется он в качестве дракона? Я забыл, что мы запись идет, пиздец.
Would you like me to relay your message?
Сука. Да нихрен, пожалеть Луны. Ну, правда.
Can you wait a little moment? The Master Diviner will be here soon. She's temporarily taken on the General's responsibilities. Before meeting you, she must make the current situation known and fortify public spirit. This is her first real test as a General.
I don't think I can ever get used to this. It's a pleasure to see you all here today. Collating casualties and losses. Dispatching forces to round up the remnants of the disciples. submitting battle reports to the 6 charioteers. Now I know what Jing Yuan meant when he said, "The highest throne faces the strongest winds." Generalship is no trifling matter. How could I be enjoying myself? All I can do is get used to it. I think she's enjoying herself.
Master Diviner, have you summoned us here just to sigh and complain?
Of course not. On the contrary, I am eager to thank you all in my official capacity as acting general of the Luofu. Now that things have drawn to a conclusion, it is time to reward you. Ooh, all those benefits that the General promised! They're finally here! Yes. The Astral Express has braved great evil for the Luofu. Your devotion is evident.
On behalf of the Astral Express, I would like to thank you, Master Diviner.
Wow. Nothing tangible then? But at least it sounds pretty cool. Now that things have been expressed, I still have something to discuss with you. Please, this way. Seriously? Thanking us like that and then immediately sending us on another mission? It's not a mission. The Stellaron Crisis, the Disciples of Sanctus Medicus Rebellion, the Arbor's resurrection, not to mention the Antimatter Legion infiltrating the Luofu. All of these incidents need reporting at the highest level for it's just that, having been in the middle of everything, I'm struggling to keep an accurate perspective. I would appreciate if you could go through it all with me, so that I can reacquaint myself with a finer detail. So, where should we begin? It appears that Vantilia was the mastermind behind it all. The Xianzhou warred with the Antimatter Legion in the past, and ever since we have kept a watchful eye on their movements. Few could have foreseen the insidious tactics employed in the execution of their assaults. The Lord Ravager slithered in unnoticed, clandestinely plotting and machinating. The present danger posed by the Legion clearly demands a re-evaluation. That we may. But as logical as things might seem, there are still many. For example, how was the Stellaron brought onto the Xianzhou? And who sent it onto Scale Gorge Waterscape? How many disciples of Sanctus Medicus still remain at large? All of this is a mystery. Thus far, we've done our best. I'm submitting my report to the Alliance, and I've already got a plan in mind. All of you will feature in the report. But for the sake of Jing Yuan, anything related to Xianzhou internal affairs will have no—
I was about to make the same request, Master Diviner. Since the Arbor's resurrection, I'm sure the Alliance will be poring over every detail of the report. I fear that if the Astral Express gets dragged into matters, leaving will not be an easy task.
Jing Yuan has committed quite a few violations this time around, and I'll have to deal with them one by one. Cloud Knight generals are all such a hassle. Before you leave, please make time to recuperate. If there's anywhere you'd like to visit, feel free to take a look. I must attend to some Cloud Knight matters. Farewell for now. Oh, if you pass through Starskiff Haven, I have something that I hope you can give to Yukong. It was all so chaotic. When Fantilia took form, it was as if Ting Yun vanished into thin air. The Cloud Knights were only able to find her fan. She took it with her everywhere. It's currently unclear if Ting Yun was a puppet manipulated by Fantilia, or if some form of deception was used to cloud her vision. I'm already prepared for the worst. Considering how the Legion operates, I fear the fate of the Skyfaring Commission Amic has. As for how matters are handled with regards to Ting Yun, I believe it's best left to her Foxian kin. I have informed the Skyfaring Commission of the events which took...
I understand. Leave it with us.
Thank you, Mr. Yang. Now, let me take a look at my remaining duties for the day. It's quite the list. It's getting late. If you need me, I'll be in the Divination Commission Conclave Hall.
Well, we had a lot of stumbles along the way, but we still managed to kick butt and save the Law Fu without breaking a sweat. Feels kinda surreal. You don't sound very happy. It may seem like the Stellaron Hunters are controlling everything, but we create our own future. No matter how powerful they are, they can't make a future that doesn't exist come true. Since showing up, we've saved a lot of people and averted disaster for the whole Xianzhou. Who cares whether someone or something was directing it? Actually, I was wondering if Diviner Fu could do me a favor. The Matrix of Prescience has amazing powers and can iterate and reiterate Kafka's past. So it got me thinking, if I turned the Matrix on me, could it calculate my past? Yup. When you're free, let's head over to the Divination Commission together and ask them for a favor.
I see. Please extend my regards to the 10 Lords.
I will. Our condolences, Hellmaster. You have guests. I shall take my leave.
On behalf of the Skyfaring Commission, I would like to thank the crew of the Express for saving the Law Fu from the Stellaron crisis.
Madame Yukong must have heard about Miss Ting Yun.
Yes, I have heard. Seeing 4 leave, yet only 3 return, was enough for me to know that Fu Xuan's report was indeed correct. Ting Yun. I still can't believe it. The whole report reads like a bad joke. It's simply unimaginable. The Antimatter Legion on the Xianzhou, and Ting Yun, a Lord Ravager? How could someone who spent over 30 years working alongside me at the Skyfaring Commission turn out to be nothing more than a monster in disguise? What happened to the real Ting Yun?
Madam Yukong.
I'm sorry. I understand. It's just hard for me to accept. Thank you for bringing Ting Yun's belongings back to the Palace of Astrum. The Stellaron crisis has cost us too many comrades. Brothers, sisters, children. I'd like to invite all of you, as witnesses to this war, to a soul-soothing ceremony hosted by the Skyfaring Commission. Will you consider?
A soul-soothing ceremony?
To put it into short-life terms, a funeral. You see, for long-life species of the Xianzhou, death has always been a distant, mystical concept. Ordinarily, the Ten Lords Commission guides people to the Hall of Karma before any symptoms of Mara are detected. There, they leave behind their lives and wait for their time to come. People are used to a short farewell as opposed to a tedious burial process. Given our limited lifespans, the only ones who place value on ceremony are us Foxians. Countless Cloud Knights lost their lives or became Mara-struck during the crisis. All of these sudden deaths and unfulfilled wishes remind us that long-life species still live out insignificant and limited lives. By combining Skyfaring Commission technology with Foxian ceremony, we honor those who have passed on. It's not just to comfort the dead, those souls who can never talk with us again, but also to comfort their surviving relatives, close friends, and indeed all residents of the Xianzhou. It's also my way of saying farewell to Ting Yun. I know, I'm selfish. She may not have died a Cloud Knight, but she's still one of us here at the Skyfaring Commission. A victim caught up in a wider conflict. I'd like to hold this ceremony as a way of distancing the memory of Ting Yun from the Lord Ravager who tarnished her identity. I can still hardly believe it. I'll use my own methods to locate Ting Yun's whereabouts, but at present, This is the least I can do for her. I'd like to ask you all to witness this event with me. I've instructed Yen Ming to sort through Ting Yun's belongings. I hope you can pick some out to place around the star skiff.
Leave this to us. We'll take care of it as per your wishes, Madam Yukong.
Once again, my thanks to all of you. I've asked the judges of the Ten Lords Commission to ratify this soul-soothing ceremony, and have commissioned a special skiff at Stargazer Navalia for the ceremony. If you need anything, that's where I'll be.
You always did say that I like to gossip, and here I am rambling on, proving you right again. If only you were here to cut me off. Oh, it's you. For a moment, I thought she'd returned. Did the Helm Master...
We're here to help sort out Miss Ting Yun's things. Madam Yukong wants to use some of them for her soul-soothing ceremony.
Well, I've managed to get through pretty much everything. It's all in this box. Please, take your time.
Okay, let's see what there is. An Annie Cassiter's seal, a small box, a knife, a bow, and something wrapped up tight. Looks like some kind of antique? But who'd want to hold on to something like this?
Oh, Ting Yun explained that one to me. It's a folk statuette from Foxian antiquity. They say it can bring wealth if placed correctly.
There's also a note in the package. This is for you, Mr. Yenming. Wishing you fortune and success in every endeavor. Yenming, it seems like this is a gift.
I remember asking her for one at the time. This is unexpected. I only mentioned it in passing, but she remembered. Ting Yun and I were from different guilds. We were competitors, but also colleagues. When we used to trade in other lands, we would bring back local specialties and distribute them among friends and other guild members. It became a custom. The rivalry between us and the Whistling Flames, to be the Skyfaring Commission's top guild, was always fierce. We would gift each other all kinds of bizarre oddities. Candy that made your leg hair grow. A violin that could shatter glass with its piercing shriek. Oh, I was completely unprepared for this. I never thought Ting Yun would leave something behind for me that was so sincere and earnest. If I don't return a gift, I'll lose our little duel. But what could I possibly gift her back?
Huh. Besides the seal, the knife, and the bow, none of this seems like something Miss Ting Yun would have kept. I thought she was more about jewelry and beauty. Could there be other things similar to what Yenming got? We should take a look.
There's nothing else, except a handful of seeds. It looks like there's something printed on the bottom of the box. The Sleepless Earl. Let me think. Where have I seen that name before?
I can't cook to save my life, but one thing I'm sure of is that's a kitchen knife. I've never seen Miss Ting Yun use anything like that to defend herself. It must be another gift that she never had time to send. There's an ad in the knife case. Spices Supreme. A room alley? Which store is that again? This bow. It's a good bow. It couldn't be meant for me. All right, just kidding. Just trying to liven things up around here. Do you know where we're supposed to take these things? done living. Everything okay? Huh? Why is D-Ting talking to you? I've always been nice to cute little animals. You wouldn't understand. All cute things in the world should share amusement. The first time we met D-Ting was during the Kafka hunt. I could tell there was a mysterious connection. For example, woof woof, woof 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 woof. Meaning, hello dear, I found a strange thing at the port of Cloudford. You may want to come and have a look for yourself. Hey, enough with the passive aggression. The simple truth of the matter is that I can understand him.
Мы знаем, что ты его понимаешь, Дмитрий.
So what did D-Ting find at the port? Come on, let's go check it out.
Ну, блядь, опять идти куда-то. Проще говоря, Даньхэн стал драконом. Ну, мы добрались до этой цели. Он превратился. Ну, сейчас, правда, он не похож на дракона. Ну ладно, насрать.
The Sleepless Earl was.
Welcome to the Sleepless Earl. I'm the owner here. The name's Ming Ming. How many of you are there? Which tea would you like today? Oh, this is the tea Miss Ting Yun promised to get for me. She really went to another world for me. She's incredible. When I took over this tea house for my parents, I thought I'd shake things up by creating a new tea product. Famous brews like Whale Tide Spring or vegetations in the Alchemy Cauldron have been around for millennia, and imported mixed teas have also found a niche. Introducing a new product into the Miss Ting Yun came to the tea house one day and heard about my troubles. She said she could find me a brand new strain during her travels. One that nobody on the Xianzhou had ever tasted. I just thought she was trying to cheer me up. I never thought she'd actually do it. Where is Miss Ting Yun today?
Yes. Now that the crisis has been averted and the ports are resuming operations, Miss Ting Yun has been dispatched on business with the Skyfaring Commission out to other worlds.
Oh, really? Well, that's a shame. Based on her suggestion, I improved the Whale Tide Spring, Emerald Hills, and Dawn Dew strains to make a new variety with a sweet, long-lasting taste. I called it Ting Yun's Blend. Seeing as she can't enjoy it right now, I'll have to invite all of you to try a cup.
Куда нам дальше шароебить-то? Я устал. Уже зеваю, блядь, ебаный в рот.
I'll need to record today's notes in the databank.
Do you know how to fix a star skip?
for its mung bean soda. You've got to give it a try.
Что мне здесь надо было?
Oh, how's it going? Did you take some time off? See any more of the Cienjo? Isn't that the place on Aurum Alley over? It's the main commercial street in the Exalt. Tourists fresh whenever I'm tired of...
Значит, ты просто так спотол. У меня есть уикум, кстати. Но мне до хера давно еще с первого уровня. Не успела дотрындеть.
Welcome to our humble eatery. What can we get for you today? Something from Miss Tingyun for me? Oh, what a precious person she is. A sweet thing like her. When she first ate here, I told her my motto: you can't better your own food unless you taste it. Then she got me to talk about my hunting and cooking experiences out on other worlds. She was captivated. She pestered me about dish after dish. At the end, she mentioned she wanted to get me a gift. A sword for a hero and a knife for a chef. That's how she put it. She probably came across some rare mineral and forged it by hand. Look how sharp it is. I bet it cuts straight through a philosopher. Miss Tingyun is too kind. Who among the Aurum Alley vendors hasn't been spoiled by the generosity of whistling flames? Her grand fare puts small merchants like... Oh, I heard the trade port is open again for business. Miss Tingyun must be real busy, right?
Miss Tingyun couldn't tear herself away from work, so we've had to gift this on her behalf today.
Really? Thank you so much. Why don't I give you all a demonstration and prepare a dish? My treat. I'd love to repay this kindness. Oh, speaking of which, it was our chili beef offal stew that first attracted Miss Tingyun to our restaurant. It's spicy, sumptuous, and guaranteed to get the mouth watering. Not even a girl as refined as Tingyun could resist the...
About that bow, I think I know who Miss Tingyun
Это
intended
что
to
за
gift it
китайская
to.
еда? Ну ладно. Бля.
Mr. Yan Ming said an ambassador will return with a gift for a trusted colleague.
Какую задницу мне вообще ебашь-то надо? Не понял. Я где? Понятно, я в пизде. Да, блядь. Я так и знал. О, господин Янг. Понятно. Нихуя не понятно. Так, получается, мне нужно идти в какую-то жопу. Да блять. Да не Хэнк, ты ходить разучился, брат мой. Или как мне его называть-то? Ой, блять, не то нажал. Йойка.
What brings you here? This bow. Did Ting Yun pick it out for me? She understood my pain. It's a shame I can no longer do anything for her. 30 years ago, I fought in a terrible war. My comrade and I set sail together, but only I returned. The scars of that war never truly healed. Still, the Law Fu traced out its arc of recovery and continued to trade. I felt tired of voyaging, like I'd lost the courage to pull on a bowstring ever again. I hid away in the Skyfaring Commission and buried myself in work, never wanting to see the sky again. Despite rising to Helm Master, my military career hadn't prepared me for the type of meticulous planning work now confronting me. Ting Yun, on the other hand, was a born merchant, always discussing business matters with me and offering up advice, even if she was my subordinate. She never fought alongside me on the battlefield, but in her own way, she became a comrade in arms. Without the help of Ting Yun and the Guild, the Law Fu would not have been able to recover in the space of just 30 short years. I used to think that the Xianzhou had changed with the times. Geniuses like Ting Yun were the future for the Skyfaring Commission's next generation. They would bring prosperity to the Law Fu. I was only ever suited to the flames of war. I was wrong. Only when the last minions of the Antimatter Legion are wiped out will I become useless to the Xianzhou. The Xianzhou needs people like me. Those willing to cruise the sky and fight the flames. The star skiff is ready for the ceremony now. Everyone, please place your objects aboard the star skiff.
Wait! Wait for me! Miss Ting Yun prepared a gift for me. As a fellow ambassador, I cannot fail to honor our custom.
Yan Ming, what is it that you've prepared?
I've brought a paper kite. I know it may seem simple compared to the precious items that Ting Yun gifted others in the past, but it has a deeper meaning. I heard that Foxians have a tradition where paper kites are used to comfort the souls of pilots who can no longer take to the skies. Ting Yun and I were never pilots in the strictest sense of the word, but we spent much of our lives out. For her to be able to take wing once again would make her very happy.
Понимаю.
Out of all this stuff we've got, what do you think we should place on the star skiff?
This time, we needn't compete. Go. Fly on to other distant worlds.
This is the tea that Meng Ming has made, especially...
Thank you for everything you've done for the Skyfaring Commission and the Law Fu. This small seal is the foundation of the Xianzhou's prosperity.
This is a gift from Miss Yen Sui on behalf of all the restaurants on Arum Alley. You're going to love this.
The Skyfaring Commission shall never forget you, Ting Yun. I will seek out the truth. And if it is discovered that you were taken from us, I swear to avenge your unjust end. It is time for the soul-soothing ceremony. Please make your way to Earthrise Agora in Starskiff Haven.
Мне лень дальше ходить. Где там? Где это вообще находится? Ага, спасибо. Перейти.
I'll need to record today's notes in the databank.
General, the ceremony is finished. You should take a rest.
Not yet. I have things I wish to convey to my astral friends. My apologies I couldn't get to you any sooner. Yan Qing made sure that I was fully recuperated. Before you leave the Law Fu, there are two things I wish to gift the Express.
Two gifts? Has his conscience finally gotten the better of him? Is he going to make up for all our hard work along the way?
Одно из них мило.
Let us reconvene at the seat of divine foresight.
Что-то нас тут гоняют везде, я обманул. Какую дырку мне идти? Стоит, грустит. Мы ее не тронем. Я понял. Да блять, долбаные лестницы.
Present company is gathered to reiterate the Xianzhou Law Fu's esteemed gratitude for the magnanimous actions of the Nameless. I am sure Lady Fu has given voice to this already, but the Law Fu is greatly indebted to you. Therefore, on behalf of the Law Fu Cloud Knights, I hereby present you with a Jade Abacus, a symbol of our allied friendship. Back when the Alliance was first established, all those thousands of years ago, the Xianzhou ships swore an oath, etching the record into a Jade Abacus. The world may crumble, and the heavens may fall, but this oath shall never be broken. The same is true of this Jade Abacus. It is a record of the Law Fu Cloud Knight's promise to the crew of the Astral Express. It is also a beacon. Grip it tightly, and it will send a message to the Jade Abacus here, in my hand. No matter how astronomically distant you are, The lawful Cloud Knights will always come to the aid of the crew, whatever your need may be.
Wow, now that's what I call a payoff.
Of course, I trust that such an important article will not be used for trivial or inappropriate circumstances. I hope you can understand.
Yup, got it. Say no more. Sure thing.
Thank you for your generosity, General.
Dan Heng.
General.
In accordance with the Edict of the Ten Lords Commission, I am hereby authorized to relieve your banishment decree. From this day henceforth, you may come and go freely on the lawful.
Nice!
But I must remind you that the crimes of Don Feng have had far-reaching implications. And some people, such as those in Scale Gorge Waterscape, will not be much moved by the issuance of a paper edict. While I can guarantee your freedom to come and go as you please, I cannot guarantee your safety. Again, I hope you can understand.
I understand.
This issuing of gifts brings with it a sense of relief. Even my wound is feeling much improved. The occasion calls for a line or two of poetry. Though I feel my efforts would be overshadowed by the erudition of Lady Fu. Another time, perhaps. The Express and its passengers have a long voyage ahead of them. May that voyage be smooth and untrammeled. I bid you farewell.
Че, все что ли? Это наша миссия вообще нахуй закончилась, что ли? Я не понял, что-то это. Да, два Данихена, зашибись. Надо поменять, иначе будет пиздец. Иначе трибунал, расстрел. Ну, нам нужен Вельт Янг.
Himiko messaged me. The Express detected the Jade Gates reopening. She asked whether we'd be heading back anytime soon. She was also asking after you, Dan Heng. I think it'd be best if you update her in person, don't you think?
She must have been worried. I'll return to the train and put her mind at rest.
Himiko must be eager to hear about what we've been up to on this mission too, right? Hang on. Oh, how could I forget? We should bring something back for the conductor. Have you got any unfinished business on the Xianzhou? I've got goldfish memory. We haven't had a chance to say goodbye to everyone we met so far on this trip.
Fine, fine. Dan Heng and I will go back to the Express. The two of you come back soon, okay?
Don't worry, Mr. Yang.
Блять, нога затекла. Ёбаный в рот. Куда мне ебашить? Скорее всего, нахер, потому что... Вернитесь на экспресс, говорите химика. Прежде чем вернуться на экспресс, попрощайтесь с людьми, с которыми вы познакомились на Санчжоу. Блять. А мы до хера людьми познакомились за все время путешествия. Вот, да. Нет, нам нужно сначала Не понял. Ладно. Да, не хрен. Не можем вспомнить.
There's a dreamlike quality to watching these star skiffs depart through the jade.
From a universal perspective, there is little difference between the lives of long and short life species. The transcendence that the Xianzhou pursues is nothing compared to the enduring majesty of the stars. And the grief felt here is no different from our own. You're back. Himiko and I were just discussing our journey. This little excursion has reached its conclusion. All things must come to an end. Still, some endings spark a new beginning.
Next time, I think I should be the one trailblazing with you guys. Well, can stay on the express.
Since when did the work roster just change like that?
Yes, no more Stellaron Hunter interruptions. It's time to get our original plan back on track. Our next stop is Penacony, remember? The family is throwing a banquet there, and they sent invitations out to the Express. I was curious about the state of the planet, so I accepted. When the conductor is ready, we can set off for the next stop.
Домик кого? А, все поняли. Это у нас...
All who enter here are either jailers or prisoners. Which are you?
Neither. I'm merely lost traveler.
What a spectacle. The Stellaron,
Стоп.
the Ambrosial
Лочка?
Arbor, the disciples of
Толочка
Sanctus
вроде.
Medicus, the Lord Ravager. A series of threats that almost succeeded in diverting attention away from the crucial question. They who brought the Stellaron onto the Xianzhou, what was their motive? Will you surrender, or do you require encouragement? Abomination of Yaoshi.
General, my power does indeed stem from the abundance. But I'm the same as you. We are both enemies of Yaoshi.
That's right, Jingwen. Stay out of our way. The revival of the Arbor is an omen. It's time for the Xianzhou to choose its next path. The Rainbow Arbiter, the Plague's author, the Ruin author. This is a chess game between eons. If you don't stay with the winners, you stand to lose. And this
Стоп,
time,
чё?
we will put the abundance in their grave.
Хорошо, пусть приходит. Мы рады.
Nice.
Нейсгель. Ха-ха. Нахуй. Чё мне все понаписывают? Я не понял. Ща, подождите. Награды надо забрать. Ёб свою дюзю. Семье. Это кто вообще? Привидений не существует. Если хотите узнать больше о привидениях Xianzhou, ставьте лайки, подписывайтесь. Бля. Привидений не существует. Нет, мне... Да, ну, очень интересно. Совсем неинтересно. Да, срочно. Все, мне остальные написали, иди в жопу. Как у тебя со временем? Хочу тебя кое-куда... Ого! Тебе нужен телохранитель. То есть... А что мне ответить? Тебе нужен телохранитель? Нет, я вот это отвечу. Носить меня так официально. Теперь я понял, почему их шиперят. Старейшина Видядхара. Мне нужно прояснить кое-что из прошлого, чтобы понять, что делать дальше и как искупить грехи прошлого воплощения. А в таком случае я с тобой. Нужно присутствовать. В таком случае я с тобой. Нет.
Time to head to the next stop. Let's meet up with everyone in the parlor car.
Чё за... Ты с кем разговариваешь?
It's still early. Where to now?
Мы вернулись. Ха-ха.
Tree remained dead for
Рогатый.
I have delivered the missive about the meeting. Do you have any questions, Master Dan Hung?
I know all that I wish to know. Thank you, Miss Huanxi.
You need not address me as Miss. I am but one of Miss Bailu's maids. Then again, if I may be so bold as to make a humble request. Before this goes ahead... Oh, who might this be?
Я тут скачу замемили. Кажется, я не вовремя.
I'm speaking with Master Dan Hung. I'm afraid this doesn't involve you. Please take your leave.
He is a close friend. I've invited him along to bear witness. Please, treat him as you would me. Now, what was your request?
Такие вот друг.
I don't plan on meeting with Miss Bailu.
Ну почему бы и нет? Неужели служанку этого старейшины вводят самовольно?
Please, hear what I have to say. I have good reason to be concerned. Perhaps you should know that Miss Bailu's path to becoming a High Elder was neither in compliance with proper protocol, nor of her own volition. Everything was a result of the stubbornness of her predecessor, Don Feng. His hubris and tyranny brought about the end of the Luofu's High Elder succession. The preceptors heard of Master Dan Heng's return, and were uncertain whether it constituted good or ill fortune. However, many have surmised that the Luofu's High Elder succession tradition will soon be back in force. If true, that is whether we find another suitable candidate in accordance with the laws of our people, or have you take up the position anew. Everything can still be mended. But if Master Dan Heng were to hand everything over to Miss Bailu, it could lead to great upheavals on the horizon. No good would come of it for her. Such a major matter as this is naturally up to the preceptor. Miss Bailu is young, naive, and easily manipulated by others. I worry that under the pressure of others, she would be convinced into taking up too great a...
I understand your concern, but I have nothing more to say on the matter at present.
Then I will bid my farewell. Master Dan Heng, whether you choose to meet Miss Bailu or go with me to see the Preceptor Elders, I will be waiting for you by the ferry leading to Scale Gorge Waterscape.
I haven't even set eyes on Bailu, and people are already urging me not to. No need. March will find out sooner or later. You know that I'm a descendant of the Luofu Vidyadhara. In Scale Gorge Waterscape, you witnessed my secret strength, yet that power stems from Dan Feng, my previous incarnation. He altered the process of High Elder succession, plunging everything into catastrophe. Ultimately, he suffered the punishment based on the physiological principles of Vidyadhara reincarnation. I ought to have been an entirely new entity. But in reality, I was locked up in the shackling prison at birth. Even after I was released and left the Xianzhou, my High Elder past and Dan Feng's enemies pursued me like a... Now, I plan to face that shadow. In order to make amends, I want to repair the Ambrosial Arbor's seal. And the star skiff is ready. Let's go.
That tree remained dead for thousands of years, and it figured now's a good time to come back to life? That tree remained dead for thousands of years, and it figured now's a good time to come back to life? I don't believe in ghosts.
Need your extractor cleaned or your star skiff?
The rumors are true. You really are back. I'm Hilo Lu Ying of the Alchemy Commission. I'm a Vidyadhara too, as you can see. I'd heard the reincarnation of the great sinner has returned to the Luofu and wanted to offer some advice.
Oh?
Leave this troubled place immediately.
На то, что я тоже старалась.
I'm not surprised in the slightest. What is the alchemy?
Return to being a nameless. Stay out of the High Elder succession. The Lawful Videodora have finally recovered from Don Feng's grievous sins, and were blessed with a compassionate and caring High Elder in Bailu. None of this was easy. Your return has stirred up resentment and ambition among the precepts.
I have no intention of threatening Bailu's position.
You may have a clear conscience, but even so, as long as you remain on the Lawful, invisible forces will try to coerce you. Leave now. It is that do not repeat the mistakes of a past life.
Need your extractor cleaned or your star skiff serviced?
Excuse me, are you two on your way to the Alchemy Commission, Delph?
Hello. What brings you two here? The wind and waves are restless around lunar-rescent depths today.
Even you came to dissuade me from visiting the High Elder?
This encounter was not of my making. I've been recuperating in the Alchemy Commission under the Dragon Lady's care. Our paths have merely crossed. But your question would suggest that there are others interested in dissuading you from such a venture. Matters that concern the rise and fall of the Videodora will inevitably attract certain parties, those that would work circumstances to their advantage, be it Don Feng, the Preceptor.
Your injury hasn't dulled your instincts, General. The Preceptors and the Commission seem deeply concerned.
A chance meeting is a gift from fate. Why don't I hope? The power struggle between the Preceptors and their High Elder is a tale as old as time. And someone as powerful as Don Feng, who is completely beyond their control, was enough for them to harbor a hidden rage. The Elders used to have a small say in appointing the new High Elder. Who could have imagined that Don Feng would pick his own successor? And yet, that is now that Don Hong has arrived. The Elders see yet another chance. How could they let it go? Us outsiders should not judge the laws of the Videodora. The Preceptors have been suppressed for some time now. They will inevitably try to overturn the situation. These people speak of legitimacy. They believe that Bailu was chosen as heir apparent by the previous High Elder, and that unless she were to commit a terrible sin, the Preceptors should have no right whatsoever to choose again. The Healer Lady has draconic features and scarcely believable therapeutic abilities. Some regard this as evidence that she is the High Elder. But the Preceptors are fixated on strength and are unwilling to accept her. Now that Don Feng's reincarnation has shown a command over the vast marine expanse of lunar-rescent depths, those longing to keep the traditional bequeather of the High Elder feel increasingly uneasy. Before Don Hong arrived, everything was quiet as a windless lake. In that regard, it is understandable that they want to get rid of these folks aren't the type to just let it go. It is an internal affair of the Videoteras. As long as it does not disturb the peace aboard the Lawfu, nevertheless, as a friend, let me remind you of one thing. So long as Don Hong and Bai Lu, with their respective High Elder powers and titles, both remain on the Lawfu, the Videotera will never cease their internal strife. This is not to say that either of you... It's getting late. You are headed to repair the Arbor's seal at Scale Gorge Waterscape and visit the High Elder, no? Farewell for now. I should start taking this business of rest and recuperation a little more seriously.
Интересно, может он хопнут или хутен? В какую сторону не подавать вообще? А, во, все. Я уже забыл, куда мы идем. Короче, весело. Не, я не хочу драться. Какая-то тёлка. А, это та же.
Master Don Hong, you're back. Have you made your decision? Will you come with me to meet with the elders first? Or are you set?
Miss Bailu is already waiting at Scale Gorge Waterscape.
Your stubbornness is redolent of your previous incarnation.
Да вы затрахали.
But you're not going anywhere.
Да ты что?
A criminal who destroyed our succession is unworthy of setting foot in the sacred places of the Videotera.
Ой-ой-ой, блядь, смотрите, кто пришел.
Master Don Hong's presence at Scale Gorge Waterscape has been approved by the 6 charioteers and the preceptors. He is no longer the criminal he once was.
Empty rhetoric. There are ways of unearthing his true identity. And even his reincarnation should answer for the monstrous crimes of the past. The Videotera will never accept him.
Сам ты чудовище. Ну, блядь. Мы что, с ними драться будем, что ли? А, не с ними. Умри же, Даньхан. Сам умри.
You say Don Feng was merely a previous incarnation. How then do you still possess the power of the High Elder?
I sense a storm.
As I expected, Don Feng, you have returned.
Блин.
Thank you for rescuing me, Master Don.
They came for me. I'm sorry, you guys.
It's risky to remain here. We should leave. Master Don.
Should I ever want to meet the preceptors, Miss Wanxi, I'll ask you to pass on the message.
I understand. Please alight, Your Highness. Miss Bailu awaits you at Dragon Vista Ring.
It could be dangerous ahead. We should proceed carefully.
Ути, какая рогатенькая. Так она и есть, что ли, Баю? А, ну да, это она. Еба, а чё такую малышку-то главное делать?
What are you doing here?
We were met by an assassin on the way over, Miss.
An assassin? Are you okay?
Fortunately, the skills of Master Dan Heng and his friends were too much for them. There are those that wish to assassinate Master Dan Heng, Miss. Presumably to preserve your legitimacy as High Elder.
I don't care about my legitimacy. Why do they? I told you, whoever wants to be the High Elder is welcome. I never wanted the title.
I am Dan Heng. It is an honor to meet you, Miss Bailu.
You're Dan Heng? I heard about how you parted the ancient sea and Scale Gorge waterscape. These assassins have got their work cut out for them.
Miss Bailu, please don't say things like that.
Let me take a look at you. Dragon horns. Well, they say you're Dan Feng's reincarnation. Suppose it must be true then. But you're different from me. Where's your tail? If I let you be High Elder, will you grow a tail?
About the High Elder succession. I have no intention of getting... I'm here to repair the Ambrosial Arbor seal. This is the duty of the lawful Vidyadhara.
Oh, really? Then why'd you come to see me? All I've learned since my hatching rebirth are some medical skills at the Alchemy Commission. I can't repair seals or part the sea like you can.
I should take this opportunity to talk with you about the past, Miss Bailu. I've heard about your situation, and while I can't guarantee a solution...
Interesting. You're not like other grown-ups. You say what you think, and you seem trustworthy. So,
Precisely.
let's go then.
Miss Bailu.
Why, please wait here for me. I'll come back as soon as I can. I've got these two to look after me. Don't worry.
Теперь мне два Дани Хэна в отряде.
Yes. Forming a seal and using their power to curb the spread of the Arbor's roots is an important task entrusted to the Luofu's High Elder.
News to me. The elders must be well aware that I'm not qualified for this position. Which begs the question, why did Dan Feng choose me all those...
That's exactly what I've come to Scale Gorge Waterscape to find out. Among the Vidyadhara, the High Elder is the existence closest to the permanence. According to historical records, the High Elder succession involves a secret ritual known as the Transmutation Arcana, as well as a treasure known as Dragon Heart. Once succession is complete, the former High Elder undergoes a hatching rebirth, while the new High Elder begins to display draconic features. However, Dan Feng's ritual failed, and his powers remained within me. And if for some reason...
So, in medical terms, he messed up the prescription. And brought suffering down on himself and just about everyone else in the process.
I want to use this opportunity to repair the Ambrosial Arbor seal, and see if I can help recall our memories. Shun the tree's growth, the residual plague, water of the ancient sea. Upon the High Elder's command, subdue the eternal roots. Strange. This is different from the breaking of the seal. Why is there no reaction?
What's wrong? Not going to plan, huh?
Shun the tree's growth, the residual plague.
Shun the tree's growth, the residual plague.
water of the ancients. Upon the High Elder's command, subdue the eternal roots.
This feeling.
That's it. You did it. This alone should prove to everyone that you are the true High Elder. When the seal was reestablished, did you recall anything?
It was like a tide surging through my mind. I became really deep, and the whole of Scale Gorge waterscape was responding to my voice, resonating with me. That's fun! Danhong, teach me another trick. Let's see if I can remember anything else.
Wait. Can you feel it? You! Who are you?
Наша смерть с косой, вот кто они.
Protect Bailu! I wish not to use this strength.
The vigor of you.
I sense a storm. Celestial dragon. Clemency? Never heard of it.
Time for a shot. Nap time.
I'm on guard.
How did they manage to appear right next to us without a sound?
They may have used a cloud hymn to create mist and provide a smokescreen. Seems like some people have had enough of my presence. If so, why would they want to harm Bailu? We don't know how many there are. Let's get out of here. Go!
Look at that shadow. Could it be an assassin?
This power, it rivals the tidal forces in Scale Gorge waterscape. Is that you, Danpeng? Have you returned?
I'm afraid you have the wrong person. These floating shadows are called mirage echoes. They are memories of past lives and echoes from the past that the Vidyadhara shed during their rebirth.
The books say that these mirages only speak to people they can recognize. And the water on their bodies can be used as medicine.
Seems this mirage mistook me for Danfeng.
There's no mistake. This old man would recognize your voice anywhere. Have you come to this sacred place to repent? The proud son of the Vidyadhara, hero of the High Cloud Quintet. You fought with us your whole life. How far you have fallen. You availed yourself of the transmutation arcanum to summon that draconic abomination, and almost laid waste to Scale Gorge waterscape in the process. If your allies hadn't united to slay it, then the abomination would have destroyed the Ambrosial Arbor's seal. Tell me, did it sadden you to watch the abomination perish? As the High Elder, you should have freed us from the plight of rebirth and set foot on a brand new path. But instead, you were seduced by your reputation and abandoned yourself. You counted Xianzhou and even short-life species among your friends. The upcoming trial is your final chance. Hand over the secrets of the transmutation arcanum now, and the preceptors can help you keep your secret. Isn't that draconic abomination you created proof of the transmutation arcanum's success?
I heard that Don Feng craved the powers of our dragon ancestor Long the Permanence, and created a monstrous dragon-like creature. That must be what he's referring to. And so the hero of the Xianzhou became its arch-villain. Elder, look around you. You've long since reincarnated. What remains here are just the mirages of the waters of the ancient sea.
Impossible. I still live! The High Elder succession will not be severed in this generation.
I don't like this Mirage Echo. He thought that the Vidyadhara was superior to other races, and that he was superior to other Vidyadhara. As if the Vidyadhara would never progress without their plans. I guess Don Feng probably never told them the secret of the transmutation arcanum.
We shouldn't linger here. The assassins are using skilled cloud hymn magic to make themselves invisible. But their presence is all too real. These mirage echoes, on the other hand, are vestiges of the past. If we can center and transmit the echoes, we should be able to detect any assassins hidden beneath the surface of the water. Let's look for mirage echoes and send out pulses. Move carefully.